Hi guys, Aaron here. A little bit of a more unusual thing. We're going to do an unboxing today. If you didn't know or don't follow me on the various other social medias, I'm a fan of the Ryder Games solo board game Final Girl, and you can actually let me see if I can get the hell out of the way. There you go. Right here, that's the collected stuff. So far, pretty much, Series 1 and 2, and the special feature, the North Pole Nightmare, which you can see up there. About a year ago, I'm not sure if it's been exactly a year, but give or take a few months, give or take a couple of months, I backed the Kickstarter for Series 3. And I got the Ultimate Series 3 box, which contains everything, plus a bunch of extra stuff, plus a bunch of stretch goals, plus a couple of add-ons. So we've got this beast to open here. Because what is YouTube for, if not exploiting your other hobbies for content? I've been looking forward to this. This has a lot of nifty stuff in there. In addition to the Season 3 and all its various stretch goals that we will have in here, and we will look at. There was also, with the original Series 1 and 2 Kickstarters, which I did not get involved because I didn't get into the game until well after both of those were over and done with. There was the opportunity to buy the add-ons of the mystery boxes, and there was a mystery box for this, so I have all three mystery boxes in here as well. So let's take a look here. Foam! We have foam. Oh wow, there's a lot in here. There is a lot in here. Okay. So let's see here. Okay, we got that. We got more foam. Foam. All right. So these I assume are the mystery boxes, and we will come back to those in a minute. Okay, so, oh, good lord, this is, I keep forgetting how huge these boxes actually are. All right, so here is, good lord, I dropped it. So here is the box for that. So here, this little envelope here, this is nothing. This is for one of the games, the Falconwood Files. They discovered too late that there was a problem with one of the art assets, so these are the replacements. So they are now correct and whatnot. So there you are. There is the typical Final Girl. Each feature film comes with 2 Final Girls and then 1 killer. So we have the ones here for this, for these ones. So we got some stuff that's like A Quiet Place and homaging Quiet Place and Terminator, and they like to homage, so it's like legally distinct versions. So like Series 1, you had Hans, who was your Jason Voorhees at Camp Happy Trail, so you had your Friday the 13th killer. You had Dr. Fright, who was your Freddy Krueger. You had a poltergeist, so poltergeist, yeah. Now the other 2 were more generic. You had Geppetto, who was a ringmaster and puppeteer at an evil carnival, because you always need an evil carnival in a horror game. And then there was one, Inkanyamba and the Sacred Groves, which is just brutal. You will get screwed over so bad playing that one. If you like a challenge, there it is. It took me I think 6 playthroughs before I actually beat Inkanyamba at the Sacred Groves. Second one, we have Into the Void, which is basically Alien. We have Terror at Station 2891, which is The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing, basically, with a couple of homages to the 2011 prequel. Once Upon a Full Moon, which is basically that one they did a little bit different. That's fairy tale based, so you have the big bad wolf as the monster there. And then there's Knock at the Door, which is basically home invasion movies like The Strangers or Get Out. And then the last one there was Madness in the Dark, which takes place at an asylum with a monster called a killer called the Ratchet Lady, which is both, and in terms of character name, that's obviously in reference to Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, but in design, she's more reminiscent of one of the Silent Hill nurses, so there's a little bit of that in there. So, and then the North Pole Nightmare, that's a Christmas horror themed one, Krampus versus Mrs. Claus. That's fun. All right, so in this case, what we have here, I forgot the name of the monster here, but this particular killer is with the Falconwood Files, which is basically Stranger Things. You've got Razorface. It's Pinhead. They do Hellraiser in this one. We have the Tormentor, who is there's like usually one female killer in each one. The Poltergeist is in series 1. The Ratchet Lady is in series 2. The Tormentor gets the very first appearance, first female character getting the center stage and the design there. And I really like her design. I think that's a really good killer design. Her shtick, she's basically Jigsaw. It's basically Saw. That's what that is. The Killer from Tomorrow, it's Terminator, obviously. And then over here with this one, I forgot what the Eyeless, it's the Monsters from A Quiet Place. Although the location also runs with that same basic theme. The location for that is the town of Utopia. It's Tremors. We've got the Graboids in that one. So, yeah. Should be kind of fun. I should have grabbed my scissors for this. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. It's what we do. So let's go ahead and open this up. Oh, the Slayer. Okay. See, I could have just looked on the bottom of the box, and there's all the names of the killers and the locations in this one. So, I'm an idiot. So yeah, we got Sunny Days Mall, the Hellscape, Falconwood, the Merrick Warehouse, and Utopia. Well, and they like putting in these little inside jokes. Like most of one of the locations for the Dr. Fright set is Maple Lane, as opposed to Elm Street, and they say it's in Spring Hill, which is where the Van Ryder Games is located. So, yeah. Alright, so here's what's in everything. Here's what's in the Ultimate Box. Let's go through this. Thank you for purchasing the Final Girl Series 3 Ultimate Box. You are now the proud of all the retail content and promos for Final Girl Series 3. The contents of the here boxes packed slightly differently if you put small. Separately, most things are pre-packed and organized for your convenience. Alright, let's see here. This Ultimate Box contains all the following: The Killer from Tomorrow, Hell to Pay, The Falconwood Files, The Merrick Murders, Don't Make a Sound, Terror from Destiny. Oh yeah, they do a vignette, which is something which doesn't necessarily have which is a different kind of play style. The vignette in first one was basically the birds. Vignette in series 2 was zombies, your typical zombie horde attack and all that. This one is interesting. This one is actually called Terror from Destiny, and what it is it's how they've decided to figure out how to do Final Destination as a game, and that should be really, really interesting. We got the Series 3 Vehicle Miniatures Pack, Series 3 Miniatures Pack. Yeah, the game comes in the core box with a bunch of meeples. I'm not a huge fan of meeples. I prefer actual miniatures that look like the actual characters. Let's see, we got the Special Effects Crate, Accessories Box, Guest Stars Box, and Guest Stars Minis, Terror from Destiny Miniatures, Series 3 Lore and Scenario Book, Series 3 Gruesome Death Book, Series 3 Cast and Crew Box, Series 3 Bonus Features Box. Does not include a core box, and does have one small gap, which is where I can put the North Pole Nightmare. The special features aren't considered part of any series, so, I can store one of them, but if they do another special feature, we're not going to see it. There's the artwork without all the promo stuff. I really like the artwork on these games. I think it's really cool. Really cool and really neat. So let's see. Let's see if we can open this beast. Good God. Come on. Cooperate with me. Cooperate with me! The people want to see this. Good God. All right, come on. All right. Get the shipping box out of here. Throw that out later. Oh yeah, in case... Sorry, you got to look at my ass there for a second. I know there's one viewer in particular who won't mind that, but everybody else might. There we go. Okay. Alright, so here's the internal. They kind of try to make it look like VHS boxes. In fact, the playmat box for both Series 1 and Series 2 look like VHS tape. VHS for VCRs. Alright. Pull that out, because we're going to put the North Pole Nightmare in there once we look at everything else. What's cool is it shows you where it all puts in there. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, you can see kind of the same design of the crate. Right there. Good God. There's going to be a lot of trash with this. Alright, Final Girl special effects, and of course they're all individually shrink wrapped as well, because of course they are. So, one of the stretch goals was they did basically character packs. Character packs for additional things from, which basically are kind of sequels to games in the other series. So we'll start with the guest stars box. And so what this contains, so each Final Girl gets a secret envelope with a special weapon that, technically speaking, you're not supposed to use until you beat at least one game with that Final Girl. In one of the other things, in the Series 2, there was the box of props. But the thing is that they did a bunch of promo Final Girls, and the girls from the vignettes did not have envelopes. So they've remedied that. That's in here now. Everybody's got their envelopes and whatnot. So, so we got a vehicle reference card. We got more promotional Final Girls. Some of these are YouTubers who have... some of these are ones that are repeats. Some of these are repeats, like these two, Agnes and Layla. I've already got them. They came with the box of props, so I've got duplicates of them. Oh well. A couple of signature things, special moves that are super powerful and whatnot. Bribe, ditch an item, you can ignore effects. Will to live, you can gain things there. Choose two action cards and use the result of a single horror roll to do them in that order. Now, Paula, I believe, is a YouTuber who's done this before. She had one, and then we have Jamie. I don't know if Jamie's a YouTuber or not, or if she's just somebody who works there, or if it's just a random idea they had. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of board gaming YouTube, so I'm not entirely sure on that one. I'm not entirely sure. We got a couple of other signature actions here. Kick, prescience. We have a van. Oh, we got the vehicles for the thing. There are vehicles for each one here. Good God, there's a ton of envelopes in here. So what do we got here? We've got, Julia, Layla, Melanie, who is from the zombie thing, Patsy, who's from the Birds, Paula, Gabrielle. I think she must be one of the other ones. And then Agnes, Constance, yeah, they're all in the box of props. Yeah, all these tiny little ones. I am not going to open them. I like to be surprised as to what they are. So we'll go from there in a minute. So the character packs, as I was trying to say. So for the sequel to the Big Bad Wolf, we have Grandma's Grudge, where Grandma is playable. This character pack contains the Final Girl card, Grandma action cards, and more. Having just survived the Big Wolf play, Grandma's got a grudge to settle. Then Carolyn's Revenge. Carolyn is the win state for the Poltergeist, because the Poltergeist is already dead. You can't kill the Poltergeist. Your goal is to find Carolyn wherever she is on the board. It takes a while, though, because she's shoveled in as an item card, and could be within one of 12 cards that you can find, and you can only find them by searching, and it's a whole bunch of things. Look up the gameplay if you want the details on that. So in this case, we now have Carolyn as a teenager who ain't gonna take shit from nobody ever again. So yeah, we're gonna have the Carolyn's Revenge in here. This character pack contains the Teenage Carolyn Final Girl cards, psychic action cards, and more. So yeah, Carolyn's coming back for revenge. Hoo-hoo. Now, this is kind of cool. So there's event cards and whatnot and everything. Now, each location has its own little icon, as does every killer. And on the Van Ryder Games website, they have the ability to make your own item cards and Final Girl cards and event cards. But there's really not an easy way to incorporate them. So what they did was, you have these little things which have an icon for a specific for a specific location. On the back, it just has a question mark. What you can do is you can actually use these as proxies and put them in the deck, and then when you draw that particular card, you can basically just bring them into your game. Same thing with the item cards. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. If you want to do multiple items, you can just do that, and then you assign which one goes to what. So that's pretty neat and nifty and so on. So let's get all these envelopes back in here. And the cards and the vehicle action card reference sheet and guest stars rule book. Well, that actually is too big to go in there, but we'll put Carolyn and Grandma back in there for now. Put that back in there. So that is the guest stars box out of the special effects crate. This is going to be a longer video than I planned, but that's okay. It's content. It's lengthy. You need something to occupy your time and put this on in the background. We can do that. We can do that. So like I said, I don't really like meeples, which is kind of the trend with, oh crap, I forgot to put this back on top. Do that really quick. I don't really like meeples, which has been the trend in board gaming for a while now. I prefer like, either give me just like plastic pawns, or give me actual miniatures that look like the main characters. I mean, in the game, there's victims, and those are all meeples, but that's fine. They're victims. They're there to die. They are there to die for our entertainment. There we go. Oh, the box is very picky about which direction you put them in. Wow, that's not going to be a pain in the ass as time goes on, I'm sure. Alright, put that back in there. Alright, so we got the guest stars miniatures. So we have miniatures for everybody, almost everybody. So here, and then we can combine all those cards from the packs and whatnot and keep them in here. So we got, let's see. So that's Grandma. That's Grandma. That's Agnes. That's Carolyn. That's Paula, Layla, and Jamie. So, yeah, kind of neat. I'll probably organize all this a little bit later when I actually start playing, because I'm probably going to play the main titles first, and then I'll do the expansion packs and such. Then I'll do the character packs. All right, so accessories. So this one I'm actually not going to open, at least not right now, because it's really not that important. But I will show you the back of the box. Hopefully you can... Well, let me take the shrink wrap off so we don't have any glare. So one of the bonus things they did, one of the stretch goals, was this thing called Tears. And the idea is this game is very, very brutal. It is unforgiving. It is very difficult to win. If you start playing this game straight, you are going to lose a lot. And even when you're experienced with the game, you are going to lose a lot. That's just the nature of the game. But they have this other thing where you can earn tears. And there's a supplemental game mat because there's extra stuff for various things. And they give you a dice tray. We got a nice Final Girl dice tray there. Some tier markers, some tier dice. And the various tiers will give you extra perks and whatnot in the game. So there's all that. Like I said, I'm not going to open this one up just yet. But because I don't want this video to be like an hour and a half long. No, we don't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. But that's basically what we've got there. So that's what's in the special effects crate. Alright, special effects crate goes in there. Now, oh, wow, God, this one's heavy. This is heavy. So the bonus features includes a lot of, they've written some lore for the board games. This is like all taking place in the same world where evil runs rampant and all this freaky shit keeps happening and all that. And so they give you a little bit of backstory on the killers and the final girls themselves and whatnot. And there's a few other things where they keep some other stuff. So like I said, this one is mostly just booklets. So the feature film rulebook, basically, it's just an easy way to keep each location, each killer generally has their own variant rules. Like if you want the basic, here's what this is with no frills, you just get the starter set, which is basically the core box, and the Camp Happy Trails. The Happy Trails horror game. That Hans, the killer in that one, and Camp Happy Trails have no special rules, no special setup. It's the straight game. It's the vanilla version of the game. Highly recommended you start with that, or at the very least, if all you can find is Season 2, start with Once Upon a Full Moon, with the big bad wolf in the storybook woods. He's the closest thing to a beginner's thing there. So basically, all the rules are just kind of contained for each location. In here, in this particular rule book. We have the Gruesome Deaths books, and that's what most of these are. Basically, there are certain action cards, and if you lose and you want a little extra flavor in your game, you look up what card was the last one you used before you died, and then you just... and then there's other scenario books as well, and things like that. But yeah. So yeah, these are all one for each location in here. Sunny Days Mall, Hellscape, Falconwood, the Merrick Warehouse, and Utopia. We got all those. I do have those for the other ones as well. And then here's the lore and scenario book. They actually do give you rules where you can go through each scenario. Where you can go through each scenario. It'll give you the backstory in there. And then basically, if you want to play a franchise, the only disadvantage is it's only for, basically, the scenarios are only like 5 scenarios for one for each in the specific series. There isn't anything for previous locations from other games. That's kind of the only downside, but yeah, lore and scenario book, again, some really cool art of the killers for this series up there, so there we go. We'll put that in there. Now, the cast and crew box is kind of a storage box for a couple of things. One, it's where you can keep all the Final Girl miniatures. I usually, what I did, at least with Series 1 and 2, because I bought those individually rather than all at once like I did here, is I got that, and I got the storage box, which came with the cast and crew box, which was empty, and then I just stored then I just would use it basically as a victory condition. Win with that Final Girl, she moves to the cast and crew box. Now, I'm expecting, yep, here they are. So, here are the Final Girls for, oh, damn, that tray kind of got smashed in shipment. Well, that sucks. Oh, well. So, here are the Final Girls for... Will they stay in there if I hold them up like that? There we go. So, here are the Final Girls for the Series 3. We got Kenzie, Christy, Octavia, Megan, Gabrielle, Janelle, Cassie, Tally, Kat, Mandy, and Rhonda. So yeah, and in this case, from the looks of things, Gabrielle is the Final Girl from the Terror from Destiny vignette, so that's why her envelope was in with all the others. So they go in there. Now, Terror from Destiny also apparently includes Special Victims, and we have Special Victims miniatures. They do have to be... the gimmick, as I understand it, again, I haven't played it. I just barely got this today, just before I started filming this video. So the gimmick for this, as I understand, is you have to save them in a specific order, but you won't know exactly what that order is, and you kind of have to figure that out. So that's how that works. The vignettes tend to come just in little card boxes like this, you know. They sell them for cheaper. Each of these runs about, $20 or so. The vignettes tend to run about maybe 10 to 15, depending on where you get them from. Let's go ahead and open this up since we have that right here. Since we have it right here. A lot of garbage. A lot of crap. So, yeah. So, what they have is they have tarot cards, which are just events that happen and whatnot. You get dark powers and things like that. Each killer gets dark powers. And this is just basically where all the cards are. I'll just take them out because they're going to end up bidding stuff. A couple of special ones there. Every killer has a bloodlust track for the vignettes. They're an individual one. I'll show you when we get to the... open up the killer boxes and the feature films, we'll go through all that. And then each one has, tarot cards, vignettes, things like that. Just things you can do. Apparently we can thwart destiny and have a premonition and all that. And that'll be fun. Assorted events and tokens and things like that in there as well. Like events and premonitions and things like that. Here are the special victims. Again, I have no idea how any of these work in relation to anything else, because I haven't played it, haven't had a chance to read the rules, but I will find out. Follow me on Blue Sky if you would like to, shallow15.bsky.social. If you would like to keep track, I always post whenever the hell I decide to play Final Girl, because some people are interested in that. Alright, so that is the cast and crew box. So we'll go ahead and put those back. Jesus Christ, that's heavy. I don't think the other ones were that heavy. Alright, so we'll open up our first one. The Hunter and the Sunny Days Mall. The Killer from Tomorrow, as the feature film is called. So obviously this one is Terminator, based on Terminator. Because, believe it or not, gang, the original Terminator, the very first one, that was a horror movie. It was a science fiction horror movie, but it was still a horror movie nonetheless. Alright, so what's really cool, I am a sucker. I used to work at a paper box company, so I am a sucker for really creative packaging, and this is some of the best. So, you're like, okay, so this is a board game. So you need to have a killer board and a location board to mix and match everything. But how do you do that? Well, you do it like this. You put magnets in the edges. and you print the outer. You take the outer sides of the board of the box, and you make those your boards. Isn't that neat? And then you have a little tray in here with the trays for one for the killer, one for the location. All the miniatures are in here from the looks of things. Yeah. There's the miniatures and whatnot for the killer and the thing in there. And then we got our other final girl in here as well. Apparently we have our obligatory John Connor. Our legally distinct John Connor. And then I guess, all right, we have the possibility of doing Terminator 2 as well, because it says Mark V ally, so maybe there's a situation where that comes up. I don't know. I do not know. So yeah, that's we got the mall. There's the mall and the Zap Shack. The Sunny Days Mall. There's the killer. So yeah, there's the bloodlust track. Every time the killer attacks, the killer kills a victim, the bloodlust goes up, and they start moving faster, and they get stronger, and the horror level goes up, which affects the number of dice you get to roll. Dark powers he gets a dark power on his second kill. That's not going to be good for me. I'm reasonably certain. So yeah, we are going to put that in there. Well, I guess we'll keep that out. But I generally put the rule things under the tray. It's just easier that way, and I don't lose them. Less chance of me losing them. Yeah. Okay. So it goes on like that. Put that in there. Put this one on top. Put it on there and all that. I know I'm not showing you everything, but that's just kind of the way it is. Alright, so we're going to go through these really quick so we can get to the mystery boxes. So the Hellscape should be interesting because the Hellscape is actually one of the first boards where things move. It's kind of like Cube in a little bit of a ways. If you've ever seen that the movie Cube, of which only the first one is any good. Oh, that's fucking creepy. That's Clive Barker nightmare right there. But basically, these are like permanent, and I guess the other ones move around quite a bit. These are all permanent locations, and the others just kind of move around and whatnot. And there's Razorface. There's Razorface. And there's the... Then there's the Razorface Mini. And there's the miniature for the vehicle, which is some hideous skeletal dog-pulled rickshaw. And we've got some special dice in here with symbols on it, but that are exclusive to the Hellscape, and we will figure out what those are at another time. Oh, Kenzie's the final girl for the Hellscape. Great! I'll have to tell my sister. Her name is Kenzie. She's gonna be what? She's gonna be all what? No. That sucks. Yeah. You know, aside from the hair color, it kind of looks like my sister, too, to be honest with you. Alright, let's put that in there. Oh, epic finale. Legendary suffering. We have such sights to show you. Alright. Okay. And then we got the Falconwood Files. Which, again, this is the one kind of based on Stranger Things. We'll go through all the summaries they have here on the back here in a minute. Yep, in case you're wondering, yeah, so totally 80s, brah. Totally 80s. Yeah. So yeah, ooh, that's some good art. That's some really good art. Wow, this is a big map. This is a really big map. I mean, this has, like, I think the most spaces of any map so far. So there's the Slayer, and there's the map of Falconwood. As you can see, there's a lot of spaces on this map. So, yeah. A lot of spaces on this map. A lot of spaces near this mall. So there's the Slayer's miniature. He's turned to the side right now, so we can't really look at that. Got Octavia as the final girl for the Slayer. So that's Octavia. And then we have... whoa. What is this? Hang on. What the... Oh, I guess we have other things that need to happen, unless this is... I don't know what these are. These are new. I guess there's missions that we have to resolve to do all this. Janelle is the final girl for Falconwood. And of course there's a D20 in there. Because of course there would be. Because of course there would be. Why wouldn't there be a D20 in the legally distinct Stranger Things box? Alright, so here we go. The one I was looking forward to the most. I really do like the Saw movies. It's not for the gore. I just really like the mindfuckery. Yes, I will acknowledge the movies especially got really, really silly. And the seventh one is just the worst one of them. They really are. They're kind of getting back on track. They kind of got back on track with Spiral and Saw 10. Saw 10, though, it's I don't know what they're planning on doing that. It's fine. It's fine. I've enjoyed most of the Saw movies, is my point. And they are actually, I really enjoy it, and I'm really looking forward to this one in particular. I really am looking forward to this one in particular. So, ooh. A lot of things here because in the Merrick warehouse, you can actually climb the shelves. So there's the Tormentor. Once again, really cool design. I really do like the design of the Tormentor. She looks really cool. And then here's the Merrick warehouse. And then some of these are actually shelves that you can climb up. Things are getting more and more elaborate with each individual one here. We've got a forklift because it's a warehouse, so there's a forklift miniature and all that. Cassie is the final girl for the Merrick warehouse. So that's Cassie. Then we have special death trap cards, because of course, like I said, it's Saw. We have death traps. Should we look at the death traps? Let's look at the death traps. We got a razor maze. We got an electrical cage. The slicer. The super saw. The infestation box. The swinging blades. Good old-fashioned swinging blades. We need some swinging blades. Drowning tank. The reverse bear trap, because of course we have to have the reverse bear trap. It's not Saw without the reverse bear trap. Good old-fashioned guillotine. Temple drills. And, ooh, God, fireworks target. Wow. I'm like, yeah, that's one they haven't done. Why haven't they done something where they set somebody on goddamn fire? Like, literally on fire. Not like, in Saw 6 where they roasted the girl to death. And there's the Tormentor mini. I wish I had the skill to paint miniatures. I really do. I don't have the patience or the hand-eye coordination to do it. Like, the more intricate something gets, the more my hand starts to shake, and I tend to screw it up. And Mandy is the final girl for who is basically the Tormentor's arch nemesis here. So Mandy, that's Mandy. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Probably going to be the first one I play when I get around to playing these. And then finally, For this box, we have the Don't Make a Sound. That's with the Eyeless and Utopia. Alice in the Town of Utopia. Alright. So there we go. Oop. Utopia. And the Eyeless. So there's the Eyeless. The Eyeless is right there. And the Town of Utopia. There you go. Very Tremors. Very Tremors. Put those right there for right now. Yeah, so like I said, in Utopia, we do have our own legally distinct graboids, and we've got miniatures of those. Very cool. Here is the mini for the Eyeless. Again, based on the monsters from Don't Make a Sound. Megan is the final girl for the Eyeless. So this is Megan. This is Megan right here. And then this one is Rhonda. Rhonda is for Utopia. So this is Rhonda. It kind of looks like a Rhonda, doesn't she? Alright, so that's Rhonda. We got those in there. Okay, so that covers pretty much everything in the box itself. I'm sorry I didn't get into a lot of details. I didn't want this video to take forever. These need to go with the Falconwood files. I should have put them back in that box, but that's okay. I will hold on to them until I play the Falconwood files for the first time. 1 second, guys. Let me bring this box over here so I can toss some of this stuff. Alright. So, let's go through each of these scenarios so you get an idea of what we're for. We're going to start with Don't Make a Sound. Everyone loves Utopia. The rural town of Utopia is home to just a handful of people and a whole lot of dirt and rocks. When the sand snakes burrowed to the surface to feed, there weren't a lot of tigers to choose from. To make matters worse, the Eyeless, an extraterrestrial being sent to clear the earth of its inhabitants, just so happened to arrive at the same time. With extrasensory hearing and lightning quick agility, death will come quickly for anyone within earshot. The Merrick murders. Merrick Warehouse is closed for good. Traps, unsuspecting victims, and multiple murders. That's what happened on that fateful day at the Merrick Warehouse. The state-of-the-art exit locks that were supposed to keep everyone safe held the victims inside, unable to escape. The tormentor used devious and ingenious traps to teach her victims what took her too long to learn herself. Life must be cherished and valued at any cost. To live, to truly feel alive, sacrifices must be made. Falconwood Files. Something strange is happening in Falconwood. Peculiar events, missing people, and kids on bikes. These are all things you'll find in the town of Falconwood. You and your friends will have to complete a mission to uncover what's really going on and discover the source of it all. Slayer, an interdimensional creature with a mind to destroy the town you know and love, is pulling helpless victims into the mirror dimension. Will you be able to save them and put an end to this horror before it's too late? That sounds like a lot of moving parts for the Falconwood Files if you're playing just straight up the Slayer in Falconwood. Other things could be interesting. Misery loves company in the hellscape. Which one was this? Hell to Pay. That's what the title of this movie is. The denizens of hell are no stranger to pain and suffering, but you don't want any part of it. Razorface, a being of unspeakable evil, travels the shifting hellscape to deliver his love in the form of affliction and death. Manipulate the hellish maze so you can purge your afflictions and kill he who can't be killed before it's too late. And then finally, the killer from tomorrow. How do you defeat a killer robot from the future? How about 2? That's just what is in store for you on this fateful day at the mall. The hunter is looking for a teenage kid known as the Savior. First, you'll have to deal with the Mark V model, then the Mark X model. Oh, I see how that works. Okay. Sunny Days Mall is a state-of-the-art facility with a shop for just about anything you can think of. Plus, it has 2 levels and a food court in the middle of everything. Just be careful not to stand too close to the railing. You wouldn't want to fall. So we're doing multiple levels in this series, which is actually pretty good. All right. Let me, do we have any 2022? 2020, okay. So we're going to go ahead and open up the mystery boxes now. So this is the Series 1 mystery box. Again, no idea what it is. I've done pretty well in keeping myself from finding out what was in these boxes. So, and a lot of the Final Girl community really does in there. So, if you do not want to know, if you are gotten any of this stuff yourself, I should have put a warning up there to begin with. Oh well, it's what we have to do. Don't watch any further, or don't watch this video at all if you want to be surprised by everything in there. So let's take a look at what's in the Series 1 rulebook. It's the Necronomicon. Let's see here. Mystery box rule sheet. You are now in possession of the Necronomicon, a book of unspeakable evil. Opening such a book could result in the release of unconscionable evil. Owner beware. Inside the Necronomicon, you'll find 2 bone dice. One die has each of the killer symbols on it, and the other die has each of the location symbols, along with the question mark. Roll the dice to have the Necronomicon decide your fate and which killer and location combo you should play. If you only get the question marks, re-roll both dice. If you get it a second time, only re-roll the location die. Beware, overuse may result in an uncomfortable addiction to Final Girl. Please use with caution. Now, this is only good for Series 1, obviously, because this was what it was designed for. But, yeah, that's kind of nifty. Open it up. There's the box. There's the dice. That's kind of cool. Kind of neat. That is a nifty little thing. That's kind of neat and cool. I like that. That's very nice. Now, let us take a look at what was in the Series 2 mystery box. Okay. Okay, so this is a little bit different. Ooh, it's a mirror. We got a mirror in here. What do we got? Mystery box rule sheet. Do you dare look into the otherworldly mirror? Do so with caution because you might be frightened by what you see. Let's see. Inside the mirror, you'll find 2 Series 2 bone dice. One die is the same thing, blah, blah, blah. Roll the dice to have the mirror decide which series or killer location you should play. Behind the mirror, slide it out, you'll find a special metal coin. Each side of the coin represents Series 1 or Series 2, as indicated. If you also own the Necronomicon, before rolling the bone dice to determine a random killer and location, you may flip the coin to see which die or dice you should use. Okay, so how does this... Oh, it slides. That's cool. Look at that. It slides. That's neat. Now, if we slide the mirror out... I already dropped the die. Oh, it's just it's not a full mirror. It's just, some reflective cardboard. But we'll do that. So here we have Series 1, which is Hans, is the killer for Series 1. And the Evomorph, the alien, pretty much, for Series 2. And yeah, this is that's a metal coin, gang. That's really neat. And how well does it flip? Let's find out. That flips really well. That's real nice. Oh, there's the die. Okay. That's real nice. That is very, very nice. I like that very much. I like that. That's some nifty, high-quality stuff there, gang. All right, let's slide the mirror back into play. That's cool. That is really cool. I really do like both of these. That's really, really cool. Really cool. Probably won't really use them because I have the Final Girl app and you can just randomize everything on there. But, what the hell? They're nifty. They're kind of cool. And what geek doesn't like something that's just cool for coolness' sake, Alright, so now we have the big boy. This is the Series 3 mystery box. We will see what this is. Everybody was saying it was a dice tower. I thought that might be a dice tower or something like that. I don't think so. Because a dice tower would be just kind of cool, yeah, but kind of anticlimactic, especially since they already have a dice tray. They were already putting a dice tray in the box to begin with. So let's... Safety first. 0 days since the last accident. Let's open up the Series 3 mystery box. What do we have here? Okay, so... Ooh! This is neat. This is very neat. Okay, let's do it like this, because once again, it is designed for randomization. So we've got the bone dice, but look at this. Check this out. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Look at that. That is amazing. Now this turns. So what do we got here? God, I may put that on the shelves. That may not go back in the box. That may just stay on the shelf. That's cool. What do we got? In Final Girl, death is knocking on your door. Will you dare trust your fate to death and try to defy his will? He's brought 2 Series 3 bone dice, etc., etc. Roll the dice to have death decide which Series 3 killer and location combo you should play. On the graveyard miniature base, you will notice 6 square slots. 6 square slots. There they are. If you also own the Necronomicon and the Otherworldly Mirror, you can put the dice from each series in one section and spin the base to have death choose which series will be used for the roll. You can spin once for a killer and once for a location, respin if necessary. Once death has chosen a killer die and location die, roll them as explained above. After death has chosen the 2 dice, put them in his hands. These dice will not be chosen the next time. Alternate use. If you own the Terror from Destiny miniatures, you may have noticed that the bases are square. When playing Terror from Destiny and a fated victim is killed, you may place them in the graveyard base as death has taken them. That's awesome. That is cool. I'm definitely going to use that when I play Terror from Destiny. Yeah, this is just gonna go sitting on the shelf next to the boxes. Yeah, this ain't going back in the this ain't going back in there. This is staying out here. I'll keep the box just in case because it'll be easier for like moving purposes. But yeah, here you go. Yeah, you can. That's just chilling, holding the dice. So yeah, that's really cool. That's cool. I'm glad it is not. It has another use besides. It would seem a shame to go into that whole effort, and it would just be a shame if it only had that one use. You know, that's cool. Some really cool stuff in there. Some really cool stuff. All right. Well, this, if you were wondering, cost me on the Kickstarter about $300, which is actually a bargain, given all this crap. I think you would agree that I kind of got my money's worth out of this. Keep in mind, each film is about $20 a pop when they go retail. $20 a pop, and they don't include the miniatures. So I got miniatures, I got all 5 films, I got the character packs for both Grandma and Carolyn, which is more games there. I got the vignette, I got miniatures, I got everything. It's so cool. This is a great game. I recommend this game. If you're looking for a good solo board game experience, try Final Girl. It's a lot of fun. That's great. So that is everything in the box. I don't really do unboxing videos. I'm probably sure I didn't do it right. I'm probably sure I didn't do this right. Oh, well. But, yeah, that is the ultimate box for Final Girl Series 3. And it's going to go up there on the shelf with the other ones as soon as I'm done recording this. So, hope you had fun with joining me in unboxing this stuff. Have a good day. Final Girl Series 1 and 2 are still available. On the Ryder Games website or at your local or your friendly local gaming store. See if you can find it. You will need to buy a core box. You're going to need to make a $40 initial investment, $20 for the core box, $20 for a film. I recommend, I do know that a lot of places now they started packaging a starter set together, which is the core box and the Happy Trails Horror. You can get those at your local gaming store. I have seen them at Barnes & Noble. So, yeah, check that out. Have some fun. I have to go to bed soon because I have to work tonight. I work graveyards, if you don't know. So yeah. So I'm not going to be able to play today, but I will in the next day or so. If you would like to see how I do with the new films, catch me on Blue Sky, shallow15.bsky.mobile, or bsky.social, excuse me. And that's where you can find me, and I will post pictures and so on and so forth. All right, fantastic. Yeah, I'm very happy, and I can't wait to start playing. All right, have a good day, guys. We will catch you later. Bye.